The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. Brown with a return here. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Throwing from near his own goal line. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're gonna be stuck with a 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Punt taken near midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the 49ers will go on offense. Ball on the 45, first and 10. They send a man in motion. They go play action on first. His first throw is an interception. Saute Samuel Jr. makes the play. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They kick the running back in motion. Second and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped cold at the spot. We will keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. Gets this to McConkey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
A give now from the gun. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Ed Oliver there to make the stop. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Herbert now to throw on third. Short pass brought in. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A 3-yard gain leaves him just a little short. A decision to make now on 4th down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. Back to the well again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front. Just as equally motivated to get off the field.
On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. Connection made to Isaac Arindo. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Man in motion here. 3rd down from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a 49er first down. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to Garindo. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Reek Woolen. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That's 1 quarter down in our Christmas Eve contest. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They've got 3rd and 8. He'll throw it. It's tipped away, and he's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Okay, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, downing it at the 7. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And this one does not go far.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. He finds McConkey. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Herbert from the gun. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's going to be a punt at 46 yards. And it'll be their football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half. You just kind of wait. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Another try following the sack. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stopped by Deion Henley.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. They were Johnny on the spot.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Back to throw now. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got fourth down. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It'll be a punt of 41 yards. And the Chargers take possession. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Back to throw, here's Herbert. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They'll run now on second down. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, they're seeing a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air now on 1st and 10. He puts everything behind this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Connecting on the slant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their 1st. The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 10. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Complete on the option. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. On target to Garindo. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped by Deion Henley. San Francisco calls its 2nd timeout. Now on 2nd and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Throw on 3rd down. And that's It's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Chargers 14, 49ers nothing.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Trying to do something, you gotta lead with the ball.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He has the first over the middle. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
Throwing now, following the turnover. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the third. Javon Baker with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers tie things up at 14. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Brown with a return here. Some good work on that return, Brock. Gets this up to the 33. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. Finds McConkey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 50-yard line.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Herbert. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession.
At their own 24-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. From the gun, Garindo. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Deion Henley. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
But looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it, save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind scrimmage. Set him up now with third down.
Kate, I can think of an older football video game title where 30 yards to go was the default and easily attainable by an offense. Well, this is not that title. And this is borderline impossible. In fact, I can hear a coordinator saying in the ear to the QB, hey, this call, it's on you. Good luck.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. He's dropping back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And that's out of bounds, a little bit shy of the marker, so they're going to turn this one over on downs. First and 10 from the 41. Herbert from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on first. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Second and 13. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be third and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Sending a receiver left. First and 10, here's Herbert. This one's caught. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to put it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Trying an inside give to Garindo. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Stopped by Deion Henley. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the fourth. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Motioning the tight end now. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And he's going to take it back for the LA touchdown. The Chargers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Airing it out to start this drive. Chased out to his right. He just throws this one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, that's a tough one because you can see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
To the air, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. And they send a man in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. 4th and forever coming up. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. On now comes their punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
Another try following the sack. Fits it through the middle. He's at the 30. It's the 10. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers now within 1 score in the 4th. So now, massive moment coming up for the 49ers as they go for 2.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Oh, and he's got a man open, complete! And he reaches the end zone, so the 2-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that takes them to third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. He's back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's second down coming up.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Running it now out of the gun. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Complete to number 9. A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers leading by 6. A big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
Best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Trying to break a return. Oh, no, he lost the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing the lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Garindo running between the tackles. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to it. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
The running back gets it on the draw. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Back to the well again. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one.